Let's be real for a second. We are all absolutely drowning in information, but are we actually getting any smarter? Today, we're going to move beyond just consuming content. We're going to find the books that don't just look good on your shelf, but actually get inside your head and rewire the way you think. Does this sound at all familiar to you? You're taking in more information in a single day than ever before. Podcasts, newsletters, articles, you name it. But somehow, your brain just feels stuck. Almost like you're wading through this intellectual mush instead of actually getting any sharper.
All right, so let's break this down with a quick scenario that I like to call the Jane versus Steve problem. It just perfectly captures this feeling of being stuck, even when you're smart and totally well-informed.
So, on one side, you've got Jane. She's what I call the information sponge. She soaks up everything she can, but it just leaves her feeling like her mental muscles have turned to jelly. And then you have Steve. Now, Steve actually reads less, but he thinks way more effectively. He just cuts right through the noise, makes smart decisions. The big difference here isn't intelligence. It's that Steve has a toolkit for thinking, while Jane just has a pile of facts. So the question is, how do we get that toolkit?
Well, what's causing this gap? Honestly, it comes down to what we're feeding our brains. A lot of the content that's sold to us as intellectual growth is, well, it's really just mental junk food. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Those business books that stretch one single idea into 300 pages. Or the self-help books that give you that 24-hour inspiration high right before you crash. And of course, the productivity porn that just gives you another system for your to-do list, but doesn't actually upgrade your thinking. This stuff, it's basically entertainment disguised as education.
And here's the harsh truth. Most books don't change how you think. They just give you a bunch of new information that you're going to promptly forget. Information by itself, it is not the answer.
So, what is the answer? It's all about mental models. A mental model is a thinking tool. It's a brand new way of seeing problems, of understanding reality. Think of it like this. It's upgrading your brain's entire operating system, not just adding another file to an already full hard drive.
Okay, so let's get into the good stuff. Let's look at the actual books that give you these incredibly powerful mental models. I've broken them down by the specific thinking skill they're going to help you develop. First up, decision-making. This is so foundational. Thinking fast and slow basically gives you the superpower of recognizing your own biases. It shows you the two systems running in your head, the fast, intuitive one making snap judgments, and the slow, logical one that does all the heavy lifting. Just knowing which one is in control is a total game changer. Then you've got decisive, which helps you escape the trap of either-or thinking. We so often ask, should I do this or that? This book forces you to find that hidden third option, the one you didn't even know existed.
Next, let's tackle problem solving. Are you just tired of solving the same exact problem over and over and over again? Well, that's because you're treating the symptoms. Thinking in systems rewires your brain to see the invisible structures that are actually causing the problem. So instead of bailing water out of a sinking boat, you learn to find the leak. And then, the art of problem solving takes that to a whole new level. It's not about being a better firefighter, it's about becoming an architect, designing systems where fires can't even start. That's the huge shift from being reactive to being truly proactive.
And finally, let's upgrade how we understand other people, starting with ourselves. Make It Stick just shatters the illusion that easy learning is effective learning. It shows you exactly why cramming fails and why struggling to recall information is actually the fastest way to build knowledge that lasts. It's a total paradigm shift. And then there's influence, which it's like getting the cheat codes to human psychology. It reveals these 6 universal principles that trigger us to say yes automatically. Understanding these shortcuts helps you persuade more effectively and, just as important, defend yourself against manipulation.
But look, just reading these books, that's not the final step. Owning the book is not the same as owning the idea. To truly upgrade your brain, you need a process, a way to extract and absorb these mental models. You have to become an active upgrader, not a passive reader.
So here it is, a simple but really powerful extraction process. First, start by identifying a real thinking challenge before you even open the book. This turns your reading from a passive activity into a focused mission. Then, as you read, actively hunt for tools that apply to your challenge. After each chapter, just pause and connect the dots. But honestly, the most crucial step is this one right here. Pick just one upgrade to implement this week. Don't try to do it all at once. True change comes from applying one tool at a time until it becomes second nature.
So, let's put this all together. Here's a super practical 90-day roadmap to start building your own thinking toolkit. You can literally start this week.
Think of it like building a mental skyscraper. In month 1, you pour the solid concrete foundation with better decision-making. Then, in month 2, you put up the steel frame of systems thinking and effective learning. And in month 3, you install the windows to the outside world, understanding people and gaining new perspectives. Each layer just makes the next one stronger, and you end up with this powerful, integrated toolkit.
So if you remember only one thing from all of this, please make it this. Stop consuming information, start collecting thinking tools. That single shift in mindset, that's the difference between being Jane and being Steve. It's the whole game.
So I'll leave you with this question. What's your biggest thinking challenge right now? Is it decision paralysis? Are you constantly just putting out fires? Whatever it is, I promise you, the right book, the right mental model is out there waiting to give you the exact framework you need to finally break through. If you found this valuable, please do me a favor. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content that really helps you think better. Thanks for joining me today.